This is Chris Ruddy, and I love Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truth Cast. Make sure you're tuning in just like I do every day, every week, every minute.
To celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7, I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free.
Well, as we wait for the Senate to vote on reopening the government, MSNBC's Joe Scarborough says Democrats scored a big win during the shutdown because crime in blue cities is completely out of the news.
Republicans did by not compromising with the Democrats is they took crime off the front page of every newspaper. That was the story, and they turned it into health care. And since that happened, their numbers, Republicans' numbers, have just collapsed.
Well, let's bring in the co-founder of FreePressFail.com, Republican strategist Corinne Clark, and host of the Grassroots Truthcast podcast, Gene Valentino. Great to have you both.
Glad to be with you.
So, Gene, do you agree with what Scarborough said there about the Democrats actually winning as a result of all of this?
He couldn't play a guitar in Pensacola, Florida effectively when I knew him from the early days. I can't believe that 100% of what he just said is absolutely wrong. It wasn't the Republicans that changed the narrative. It was the Democrats that moved crime off the lead story and made health care the issue. It was one of their threats as to why they were delaying the coming back into operation in government. It was because they wanted to divert and deflect your attention off the main issues of this nation because they have no narrative. They're really, this is the collapse of the Democrat Party in plain view.
Yeah, because they're focused on affordability, which is a euphemism for Democrat socialism, a euphemism for ultimately communism. So a huge split in the Democrat Party. Turning to this, though, New Jersey Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill says the Republican Party has become a party for one. So Mikey's suggesting everything they do is for President Trump.
We're seeing the Trump administration punishing people, and these Republicans have got to come to the table, and they've got to start really working for the American people. And they want to know that whoever's governing is going to be focused on governing for them, not a party of one like Donald Trump.
Yeah, Corinne, what do you make of Cheryl's comments, and do you agree with her assessment?
Absolutely not. And if anything, I think that the Democrats have actually become a single issue party where their main goal seems to be just standing in the way of the Trump agenda. And I don't think that anyone told Mikey the real deal with the shutdown, which was that Democrats were the ones not coming to the table. We had 50 Republican senators already voting to open the government several times. And all we have needed for the last 41 days is at least 5 Democrats to come to the table and actually do something to open the government back up. And finally, they got 8 people from the Democrat side to vote to open the government. But this narrative that this is a Republican shutdown and that Republicans weren't the ones voting to open the government is a complete lie. And you can tell by the outrage at Chuck Schumer today. So I just feel like no one gave Mikey the new talking points. Maybe that's because she's new. She just was elected governor. Maybe she forgot to open her email today. But she is not on board with the Democrat messaging on this shutdown.
Yeah, that's a great point. It always seems like the Democrats all have the same list of talking points that they want to go through, and it seems very cohesive. She's a little off base there. But Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, he went head-to-head with ABC's George Stephanopoulos about the best way to end the government shutdown. He reminded him of his own comments during the 1995 government shutdown, where he was an advisor to President Clinton.
You were involved in a lot of these in the 90s, and you basically called the Republicans terrorists, and you said that it is not the responsible party that keeps the government closed. And so what we need is 5 brave, moderate Democratic senators to cross the aisle, because right now it is 52 to 3, 52 to 3. 5 Democrats can cross the aisle and reopen the government. That's the best way to do it, George.
I can disagree with you about the history there, but we don't need a history lesson right now.
George,
Let's talk about what's happening right now.
If you want, I've got all your quotes here.
Gene, I love this clip. I'm sure you do too. I mean, Scott Bessent, the ultimate class act, pushing back on Stephanopoulos, saying Bessent is, mischaracterizing history, but Bessent has the receipts. So what do you think here?
Well, the best thing about Donald Trump is his new team is fantastic. Scott Bessent's still waters run deep with Scott Bessent, and he nailed George Stephanopoulos right there. The fact is, he's correct. They've gotten away with murder. The door is swinging back the other way, and they don't like the messaging that's coming out of Congress, not to mention the nation. The nation is upset with the way the Democrats handled this budget reconciliation process. The nation wants a constitutional amendment to penalize congressional leaders if they failed to put together a balanced budget annually on a given deadline. It is the very least we should expect from Congress before they try to meander their way into the rule of the executive branch or the judiciary. They've stepped too far. They need to get back to work and focus on what they're supposed to be doing.
All right. Well, Corinne Clark, Gene Valentino, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining.
I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12 packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free.